You're listening to episode 276 of the Major Issues Podcast. In this special but short episode, we just shoot the THWIP. We talk about some trailers and some reboots with a good friend of mine. The Major Issues Podcast starts right now! Hello, everybody out there in comic book land. My name is George Serrano, aka The Don, and if you're listening to this, you can only be here for one reason. That's a brand new episode of the Major Issues Podcast, brought to you each and every week by ComicBookClique.com. And as always, I am never alone. Sir, can you please introduce yourself?
Cloudus Maximus back in the building, staying in the building. I sleep in the building. So they call my number. We here.
The alarm has been going off at night. Is that you? Are you sleeping in the building? Have you been in the building, sir?
Possibly. It could be the motion sensor up in the CBC headquarters. Let's see.
It could be the motion sensor.
Just don't check the cameras.
You're 100% right. It could be the motion sensor in the CBC headquarters because things are constantly moving, hustling and bustling over here at Comic Book Clique. And sometimes it's hard to keep tabs on everything that is going out in comic books and comic book media. Luckily, we have been afforded this very beautiful platform with these amazing listeners, the Major Issues Podcast, and everyone who follows Comic Book Clique. And it's been a while since we just sat here and shot the THWIP. Sat here and shot the THWIP about everything happening, everything everybody's talking about, through some trailers, some reboot news. There's been a lot of crazy stuff going on in the last couple of weeks. So I have asked Cloudus Maximus to join me as we talk about some of the newest developments in some of these comic book themed or blockbuster or reboot announcements, all this stuff. This entire episode is the Abed meme of I need help reacting to something, because there's a lot of stuff here we're going to react to, and I would be remiss if I reacted by myself. So I brought my brother here to talk about some of this late and great and possibly even too late news. But we'll go ahead and start with a man, a man with a plan. I'll tell you that. A man with a plan.
Oh, he has plans. Indeed.
He got plans to put his hands in places. So, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson recently came out with a video on YouTube, and immediately, if you saw his face and you knew everything that went on with the whole Zachary Levi, Black Adam, Shazam stuff, and he hasn't been the most popular person in the circulating news cycle. So what does he do? Shoots a video with his two adorable daughters.
Who's gonna boo that?
Playing in the sand. I mean, no disrespect, but we were talking about WrestleMania. We were talking about Stand and Deliver. We were talking about this weekend in wrestling, and this weekend, Ava Raine, his daughter, had her first match with Schism. They were in a 6-man tag. And we were talking about them, whether or not he was going to come down to Mania, because we wanted to know if The Rock was going to be there. And it's like, no, he has two more marketable children that he puts on camera, that he chills with and he puts on camera. But anyway, the man has come out to announce that they have started production, $7 Productions, and Disney Studios have started production on a live action version of Moana. Now, I might anger some people, but I have not seen Moana. I've heard great things about it. And I've seen the chicken.
I have thought you've seen the chicken
and the pig and the grandma. Grandma's lit. Grandma's lit. Crab.
Crab lit. Crab is lit.
Gold crab.
I sing to his songs. I sing to his song.
Don't know much about Maui. I don't. He says
Maui is lit. It's Rock pre Shazam.
And I get the whole thing about the heart. You got to put the heart of the mountain back in the thing.
The heart of.
Tafiti.
I want to say this right. Tafiti. Tafiti.
Bro, I know, bro.
No, it's Tafiti. But however, everybody always since Moana came out, everybody's been wanting live act. A lot of people have been wanting live action because Moana is just spitting image of the Rock with long hair with the
Well,
tattoos.
yeah, and I suspect that this film brought a level of representation that other films didn't, right? Like
Right.
dealing with the island and everything there. Does this work? Will this work? As somebody who's seen
Um,
Moana
if
outright,
if if Rocky is gonna reply, if Dwayne is gonna reprise his role, yes, 100%. I feel so.
so I'm a bit confused because Maui looks nothing like Dwayne Johnson.
What?
I don't think so. He's all
What?
barrel
You
chested and
don't.
long
I
haired,
mean,
and
I
there's
feel like
Dwayne
he
in him.
you
Definitely Dwayne in him. But
yeah,
I'm saying,
100%. You know what it is? It's the tattoos a
yeah,
lot. Right, right. Not so much the face, but a lot of it also has to do with the facial.
okay,
You get what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Do you
So
think they
that
can make
goes
him up to
that
look
goes a
like
long
Maui?
way. So the more you watch Moana, oh yeah, oh yeah. But I'm not even worried about that. He's halfway there. Tattoos
Okay,
and
yeah,
such already.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So I think it's gonna be I think it'll be a home run. You
yeah.
know, Dwayne is for the kids too, so can't forget about that. He does
Is
real
the
when it comes to the kids. He does good work.
is this his lane? Is this where he should stay? Is this where he should play? Executive
Um,
producing children's
Actually, this is a
entertainment.
lane he actually. I feel like this is a lane I feel like he does actually very, very well in
Okay, I can
because
take
the
that.
kids love Dwayne. Kids love Dwayne, bro. You know what I
Some
mean?
of
And
some of the kids love
there's
Dwayne.
nothing wrong with that. You know, he's done his fair share of Hollywoods. You know, I just one of the things is just he does good with kids,
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be.
and his movies do good with kids.
It's gonna be a highlight for Polynesian people. That, like I said, that representation is there and it's strong. I did know about
Hmm.
there's a Frozen esque song in it, right? How far I'll go or something. Something about
Yes, there are. There's like two really
okay,
really good songs. Like the whole all the songs are really good. But there's like one or two that are like really really good.
okay,
The one oh You're Welcome is probably one of the best. You're welcome.
yeah.
You're welcome. But my daughter loves Moana, but right now she's on Moana was like one of the first movie she saw and it stuck, but now she's like on the Frozen tip right now.
Yeah, yeah.
So kind of hard.
Okay, okay, I can dig that.
Yeah.
Now, I'm a bit less nice to Dwayne, especially on this show recently.
Mhm. I mean,
Um
hey, listen. Let's not get it confused. Dwayne's been making it a little difficult for us. All right,
so, so
especially in the mediums that we're used to.
and here
So
and here's
I don't
another
want to
thing.
make it seem like people think we hate Dwayne right now.
But the other thing is, right? Like let's say you have somebody, let's say someone you love and trust comes to your house, right? And you had $1 laying out somewhere. And the dollar somehow
Indeed.
disappears when they leave.
So what
You,
about would you settle for $7?
no, not $7. But if that dollar were to leave, would disappear when that person leaves, I can see you being like, "Oh, it's got to
Right.
be anywhere. That person doesn't have it. It's just a chance that they walked away, and I just don't have it now. It's
Of
here
course.
somewhere." But if someone you don't trust shows up to your house, and for some reason $1 you left out is gone, even if you put it in your own pocket and don't remember it, you could first thing you're gonna think is that person was up to something. That person was done stole something. So with Dwayne and this announcement, I can't help but think that all the
That's what it is.
niceness is a front for something more selfish
Is
involving
you
him
think he's gonna you think he's gonna star in the live action Moana, and then after every
as
Disney live
Moana.
action movie as Moana,
Yeah, bro, he's gonna
he's
come
gonna
out
be that comes
as
out after
Moana, bro.
Moana. That's the deal, bro.
No, but I do find it fishy that this announcement came out. This is
Hmm.
this is the only bit of what do you want to call
Damage
it?
control, bro.
No, but past
Damage
that, this is
control.
the only bit of proof I have, or proof or like scuttlebutt speculation that this could be a bit
Uh-huh.
fishier. I just found it a bit coincidental that they announced this film. I want to say either the same exact day or the day before it was announced that Disney has found and casted their live action Lilo for Lilo and Stitch.
Mm.
So now I'm not saying that multiple
Hmm.
Polynesian films can't exist at the same exact
Right,
time,
right, right, right.
but
You feel like he's trying to make one more important than the other?
yeah, I didn't say anything.
You
All
didn't
I
have to
said
say it.
was
You don't have
all
to
I
say it.
said
I'll say it.
was
I'll say it.
all I said
I'll
was
say it. You know?
does that not feel a little weird? Does that not feel a little weird
Yeah, but
that we're
it is
getting
a
both of
little
these at the
bit.
same
But
time?
if that's what he wants to say, if that's what he is doing, when it comes to me, he got some disappointment coming because I'll put Lilo and Stitch over Moana any day. That's just me personally, you know. I love Lilo and Stitch.
Let's talk about that. We just got it's gonna be obviously live action. Um, Anyway, the official film synopsis: Lilo and Stitch tells the story of a bond formed by a lonely human girl named Lilo and a dog-like alien named Stitch, who was genetically engineered to be a force of destruction. With nosy social workers and pursuing aliens banging on the door, the two bond over a shared sense of family, and they win the day. They said Zach Galifianakis is slated to voice Stitch, which makes sense.
Wow.
You just gotta do this. That's what you gotta do. You just gotta.
Is this how to do that? I'm not
You
gonna do
gotta.
it. Let me do it. I'll do it for free. I'll
Would you
do
do it
it
for
for free.
free?
Wait, who they said they got for Stitch It?
Zach
Who
Galifianakis,
they say they have Stitch?
who's playing
Out
Stitch,
of everybody, I see. Yeah, out of everybody, I see Zach playing the I see Zach playing
the skinny alien.
no, not the skinny alien, the fat alien with the one
I
with
liked
the
him.
scientist. Yeah, I like him too.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
used to talk like this.
yeah, yes, yes. It's some weird
Yeah.
Russian, Russian dude.
Hmm.
Um, so Maya Kialoa, a Hawaiian newcomer, as in she's never acted before,
Hmm.
is going to be playing Lilo, and so we seemingly have our Lilo and our Stitch. Stitch live action, bro. I mean, we seen Sonic. They're gonna have
Listen,
to.
can I get Andy Serkis as Stitch?
Yeah. Oh my God. Gollum Stitch. What do you think? What do you think? Like, should we be worried with the Sonics of it all, or you think they got us here with a good looking CGI Stitch?
Yo, listen. I'm super super excited. Uh, I trust Disney. Um, it's just I can't help but gush over these live actions that they have that have done so well for me when I've watched them as animated films. So it's
Oh
like when they're
yeah.
announcing, so it's like when they're announcing these things, I'm like, oh, live action, same story. I'm with that. And because that's one of the first things you think about when you watch the animated joints when you're a kid. I mean, at least I did. Like, oh man, this was too cool. I wonder what it would look like if it was in real life. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah.
So
I
that's a thing. So that's a thing. I'm like I think about when they bring up the live action Lilo and Stitch. I'm like, oh man, I remember telling myself like, yo, imagine if that was just like real life.
I feel like didn't they try to do a sequel to this? Didn't they have like a little red Stitch or something? Am I misremembering or something? I remember like
it was in the TV. I think it was the Disney TV show or like something like for Fox, I believe.
okay.
So I remember Lilo and Stitch had a show on Disney, and I
Oh,
remember
there's
it was a pink one.
there's a Leroy in Stitch. What is that?
I have no idea what that is.
Oh, Leroy is the red one.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, with two sets of arms. Or I
There's
guess Stitch
actually
always had two sets of arms, right? He just
yeah,
hides them.
yeah, he had four arms. Yeah, he just hides them
Yeah.
into his side. But there is a there is Lilo and Stitch. There is a Lilo and Stitch. It's I mean a sequel. It's Stitch has a glitch.
What is what?
And it's not, I don't even think it's a I don't think it's really a movie. I think it's more of a special kind of deal. It's like an hour or some change.
Leroy's Experiment 629. Stitch's evil twin brother who is created in
Six
Lilo
two
and
six.
Stitch. No, Leroy is 629.
Yeah, Stitch is 626.
Yeah, 626. Yep. Okay. So that's I'm calling it now, post credit scene, Leroy.
Leroy.
Yeah, get ready for it. Moana, Lilo, both in theaters. Only got time for one movie. Which one are you watching?
Lilo and Stitch.
Wow. I want to see if
Well,
that little,
sorry. If man, it's hard because I got I can't man,
that little
I don't
girl better
know.
beat the brakes off of that other girl in the dance. That's all I'm there for.
She better bite her like she did in the movie.
That was my favorite part of that. When that happened in
Lilo
the
don't take
movie in
no
real
shit,
life,
dude.
yo, I howled. I've never seen a young girl in animation just go hard like that.
That's
That
right.
shit had me dead, bro. I was like, yeah, she's a Disney princess, but yeah, you better watch what you say in front of old girl. So yeah, I'm glad that they're trying it. I just think it's weird that they're doing both at the same time. I don't know how they're gonna time it, separate it, whatever, but
They're gonna
that
release them at the same time.
it's Disney making money. I ain't mad at them.
Yeah, you're right.
Over on the other side, the Warner Brothers side of it all, it seems like Harry Potter is set for a 7 series TV reboot.
That is very interesting. Number two, that is so fire.
Yeah.
I think so. Because think about it, you can now you can go into the rest, and then the series lasts long, so everybody's making money as long as it's good. You know what I mean? So if you're gonna have each season based off one of the books, you already got 7 seasons right there, bro.
So I think what all really matters is whether or not we're following the same three, right? If these are seasons
Mhm.
that take
Or
place,
at least, or at least just following Peter. I mean Peter. You know what I mean? Or Harry.
I mean, yeah, the boy who got bit. So no, I mean, casting another Harry Potter, it's rough stuff, bro. Seven
It is rough stuff.
seasons, 7 years, somebody's locked down for that. I think it's better if they just went over other people, like,
Right?
like
Like other
if the
characters.
movie's taking place, but like in the guy in the background, that dude and his friends,
Right.
or
Mm-hmm,
whatever.
mm-hmm.
It's like Star Wars. Like we've been like this close, like face to face with the Star Wars. I mean, the
Mm-hmm.
Skywalker family for years.
You don't know what
Yeah,
Ron's
what?
brothers are doing. You want to
Yeah,
know what Ron's brothers are
What's
doing?
anyone doing? What the hell is anyone doing?
What's
So,
Malfoy doing in between cuts? You know?
now we know that the video game made a bunch of money. Star Hogwarts Legacy,
Cash.
Hogwarts Legacy. But
Hogwarts cash.
we also know that J.K. has been kind of pulled aside, or drug for her controversial opinions about certain things.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's interesting. I feel like this is a little fast, but maybe I'm just old.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just
Um,
old. It's only been 20. It's been about 20 years. It's been 12 since the last film came out.
okay, I was just about to say, was the last movie came out? That's all right.
2011. 2011.
How long we waited till we rebooted, till we recast the Spider-Man?
But they always recast Spider-Man. Every that was a very short window actually. It was I want to say
Well,
4 years.
between Toby and Andrew, it was a while.
No.
Not between Andrew and Holland.
No, it's the other way around.
Is it?
A while is 4 years.
Right.
I want to say Andrew and Tom
No,
have
you're right
2.
because
in
because
between.
I remember I was wigging out when they took it from Andrew because it was just so short. He wasn't Spider-Man for long. But
Amazing
that
Spider-Man 2 came out in 2014, and Tom is in Civil War in
oh,
2016.
16, yeah, 2 years.
Yeah.
Sheesh. Yeah, it was yeah. So yeah, no, they could I'm pretty sure there's somebody out there, bro.
It's either gonna work or it's not
I'm
gonna
pretty
work,
sure
bro.
there was somebody that's been in a bar fight, got the scar in their head. That's that dude.
Is there anything in particular in the books or anything that you'd like to see in this series that you didn't see in the
To
movie?
be honest, I would like to see everything else after the original four books. Because I have a cousin, shout out to Karina. She was the one that was she was the Harry Potter queen
Okay.
when these books were rolling out, bro. Like she read all of them front to back. She'll tell you what's not, what's this, what's that.
Interesting.
Um, so I was always around the books in a sense, but I never wanted to read them until I decided one day, I'm like, yo, she loves these things. Let me just read one book. And then I decided and out of all the books, it was the biggest one. It was the fourth one. I think it was the Goblet
Oh
of
wow.
Fire, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's the fourth one.
Yeah, and that's the one. That's the one I read, and I read the whole thing. I felt like a man after I read that. I guess because that was the biggest. I was like, that was a big book, bro.
I would I
So
was
anything
super
past that would be the Cursed Child. I would like to see that.
I was super into Animorphs when I was younger. That was
Oh, I
my
was
book
too.
series. I read all of them and more. And basically I was gifted Harry Potter, and I
Hmm.
really like I did not end up like reading it because I didn't like something about it screamed cheesy to me. And I also
Right.
knew that I knew it was the popular book at the time. So when I got it, I was like, oh, they just gave it to me because it's the popular book at the time. And so, you know,
Hmm.
here's the. So I was like,
Now
okay, I'll get to this and I'll read. I read my Animorphs like 2 or 3 times before I was like, let me
I'm
pull
ready
this
now.
book out, whatever. I read it and I demolished it. I read it and I
That's
read
what I did. Yep.
I didn't finish the book series. I stopped around, I want to say 6, because I want to say that's possibly when BWE, military, all that stuff kind of came in.
Hmm.
Um, and so there's a bit of gap in my knowledge. But what I want to see is I want to see more of the like hijinks, like pranks
Uh-huh.
and
Like the
like school
tomfoolery
stuff.
that's going on in
Yeah,
school.
yeah, the school stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's
I
gonna
would
get
like that.
real
I think that would
serious
make
real
the
fast, bro. Like it's
yeah.
gonna get
Yeah. Once everything starts going down and they start
they stop going to
closing up the
school.
yep.
Yeah, they
Yep.
stop going to school and shit like that. Yeah, so I'd like to spend more time uh as a child,
In the halls of Hogwarts.
in the halls of Hogwarts, with all these creepy ass ghosts walking around crying and shit, because that's what they do apparently. Um, this is gonna sell all the merch. This is gonna make all the money because it's Harry Potter. So
Oh yeah.
I hope it does well. Is there money left in Street Fighter? Well, legendary,
I think so. But it's
le-
up to us to put the youth on, you know?
Legendary Entertainment seems to think so. It's bought the rights to the franchise, according to
Hmm.
Deadline, and it wants to work on a number of Street Fighter related projects, including a live action feature film that is currently in
Mm.
development.
Also, they're talking about doing the whole thing, shows and the movie.
Real Hadoukens or nah, air Hadoukens? What are
Let's
we doing? What are we doing? What are we
go.
doing? Real Hadoukens?
Real Hadouken.
It's
What do you
time. It's
mean?
time.
They have to film them, bro.
You remember
What do you
Dragon Ball
mean? They
Z?
have to film,
The chi?
bro.
They
They
just throw
have
chi at each other, bro. You don't want
nope.
to throw
We ain't
no
throwing
chi?
chi out here, man. No cheese. We throwing. If you,
Cheeseless.
we need to cast these people from I don't know where they're at, but we need to throw out a casting call. If you can't Hadouken it in real time, don't come to the audition.
If you can't do a
If you
handstand hurricane kick, I don't want to see.
if you can't yoga flame, don't even waste your time, bro.
Yeah, bro. If you can't just sit there and electrocute people in your general vicinity, or
That's right.
throw 1,000 chops
Blanca.
like E Honda, um,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm asking. How realistic? How do you go more Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon? Do you
So this
jump
is
10
what
feet in the
I'm this
air?
is
Or what? What are we
this
doing
is what
here?
I'm this is what I'm thinking, and this is what I'm thinking they might take this approach. Do you remember that series that they tried to do with the short for Mortal
Mortal
Kombat?
Kombat. Yes. Where it was a bit more
Yeah,
gritty.
man. I feel like they're gonna take a page out of that book, and I think that's gonna be we're gonna get a nitty and gritty Street Fighter movie, which would be
Yeah.
kind of good.
They also have acquired their TV rights, and even though the TV series is not, in my knowledge, on the horizon, would you like to see that? And who do you think should be the
I don't
protagonist or something like
I
that?
don't think I don't think they'll I don't think the budget will be able to represent things the way it should. Because you get a couple more. It'll almost be like it'll look like a CW show, and that's not to knock it, but I feel like if we're gonna do Street Fighter, I think Street Fighter deserves its due. You
Yeah.
know,
On the off chance that they just budget or whatever, can't have absolutely everyone in this film besides Ryu and
okay.
Ken, who do you think needs to be in this film?
Wow. You mean besides the mains?
Besides those two. I think
Besides
everyone's the
those two?
mains. I think for the most part, yeah, everyone's
Yeah,
the mains.
that's true. That's true, right?
Does this film need M. Bison or do we
Bison, of
hint to M.
course.
Bison?
Bison.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what do
One
you?
every film needs Bison.
Okay, okay.
To be fair, I could I can leave Bison for the second and third and fourth and fifth and sixth or whatever movies they're gonna come out with. We got to get to Bison first.
Did you know that there was a whole thing about that? That Balrog,
Uh-huh.
the boxer.
Uh-huh.
He was originally supposed to. That was his name.
Bison?
Yeah, but what came before the Bison? M.
Okay.
He was supposed to be
But
Mike Bison.
mm,
That boxer was supposed to be Mike Bison, and I can't remember what happened exactly. But
mm,
then, oh, and Vega was supposed to be Bison. Like that name, that dude with the hat supposed to be Vega. The boxer supposed to be Mike
damn.
Bison,
Didn't know
and
that.
then and then
Right,
just
right.
some kind of
We're gonna get sued. Okay. Change it.
yeah, and
Change it
then
now.
okay. I want to see Dao Sim. I think if you
You wanna see
can really,
Dawson?
I think if you can, because I don't think he was in the first one. We got to kind of talk about that. John Claude Van Damme, Street Fighter, Raul Julia, Puerto Rican legend. My man was M. Bison, cancer ridden out there. You know what
And
I'm
did it
saying?
anyway. For
Killed
him,
it
and he said he wanted to do it for his kids.
for his kids, for the people. Um, yeah. So I definitely want, uh, and I want Vega. I've always liked Vega. I
You
always
want
thought Vega
Vega?
was an interesting character as well. E Honda would be cool to do. God, I'm gonna be here all day just naming names. But yes, Street Fighter movie is in the works. Um, Something that was incredibly exciting to me and possibly like 12 other people is that they're doing an anime for Scott Pilgrim.
I thought that was Scott Pilgrim's got a wild following, bro.
I love Scott Pilgrim. I've seen it multiple times. We did a podcast on it for Valentine's
Mm-hmm,
Day.
mm-hmm,
After watching it multiple times, I have a different take on it now than I did when I was younger. I think when you're younger, you're meant to root for Scott. And when you're
mm-hmm,
older, you kind of realize that he's a bit of a coward and he's kind
mm-hmm.
of putting
A little
himself in
bit, a little bit.
positions that he shouldn't. But he wouldn't know that because he's young. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's all
Yeah,
about
yeah.
perspective. Um, so not only is this anime happening, I don't know what it's going to be about. I don't know if it's just going to be the events of the book, which is what this is based on. It's based on a graphic
Mm-hmm.
novel. But everybody's coming back.
Yeah, they said the whole cast. Do you
The Muffin Man? Do I know the Muffin Man? Is that what you're asking me?
know the bags they're gonna throw at this because of where the entire cast is at now?
At the very least, Michael
How much you
Cera,
paying Chris Evans for his voice? How
Brie
much you paying
Larson,
Michael Cera for his voice?
Brie
How much?
Larson,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like these
Au-
guys are megastars already.
Aubrey Plaza.
Come
Mary
on.
Elizabeth Winstead. It goes on and on. Jason Schwartzman. It goes on and on and on, and on and on. But I like this show. I mean, I like this movie because of its style. The movie has a look, has a style. It very much knows what it is, and it very much knows how it's trying to portray itself. So I am just hoping that this anime, and it serves to reason that the anime not only will be able to adapt the style, but possibly even be better a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Learn the full story.
I wouldn't be surprised, bro. A lot of people are way more into anime now too.
Yeah, animation in
So
general has
that's
gone
a
leaps and
that's a
bounds,
huge
bro.
so that's a huge plus. I
Here's
don't
a
think that movie's
CBC
gonna have any time.
recommendation. If you haven't seen it, watch Mitchell's versus the Machines. Uh,
Hmm.
very good. It's a kids movie. It's a family movie, bro. Bro,
Okay.
gorgeous. When I talk about gorgeous, that's got to be a statement, right? Because I'm talking about animation. Like,
Hmm.
there's times I'm sitting there and I'm like, yo, they putting their ass in this thing. Heartfelt. I almost shed a tear. Like I was there, and I'm not big like Pixar
Right,
or
right.
whatever. Mitchell's versus the Machines is on Netflix. Is free for on Netflix. If you have Netflix, I guess it's not free because you have to pay for Netflix. But yeah, people check it out. Mitchell's versus the Machines. But yeah, that's all I got as far as like these reboots and these comebacks. I can't believe Scott Pilgrim's coming back. I can't believe Harry Potter's coming back. Moana and Lilo and Stitch are both coming back.
That's a
Street
lot.
Fighter,
That makes me happy. I
Street
feel
Fighter
like we're
coming
taking
back.
this. I feel like we're taking a slight time machine almost.
What's going on with Mortal Kombat? We getting that sequel or not?
Listen. We get in the sequel. Supposedly, we get in that video game that's coming this year. That they dropped that information in our lap out of nowhere.
Is today the? It says it's the 30th anniversary. Today's can't be the 30th. I mean, this year can't be. Last year.
Today is the fourth.
Last year was the 30th anniversary. Yeah, we're getting a
But
sequel. No, I'm
I'm
not gonna
looking
fucking.
forward to that
I'm
because
looking for
that news came out of nowhere.
that movie wasn't bad. I just didn't like Cole Young, but yeah.
I think nobody liked Cole Young. I think it was just. I think his purpose was just to make it feel different because he's not a character from from anywhere in the whole thing.
January of last year, Warner Brothers officially greenlit a sequel. Johnny Cage is in the sequel, but unsure on how much he'll be in the movie. And they got a director in July of last year.
Okay,
So yeah,
baby steps, I guess. Yeah.
yeah, it'll be moving. It'll be moving. Uh, so it says that the Miz wants to be him, and that Ed Boon and Joe McHale, who voices him in Mortal Kombat Legends, were both like, yeah.
Wow, he's really gonna be Johnny Carnage,
He
bro.
did it himself.
Johnny Cage,
He
yeah,
did it himself. He's been
yeah,
playing Johnny Cage for freaking like 10 years
yep.
now. He knows what he's doing. Um,
That'd be crazy. I would love to see him in a big budget movie. Not for
anything
nothing.
big budget. Anything
That'll
big budget, Ms.
that'll be
Andon. Get your ass in something, bro.
you heard about time. Yeah, let's do it. That Marine
Uh,
shit, you gotta get out of that.
But past all this scuttlebutt, we had a host of trailers, but three trailers in particular I wanted to talk to you about. We'll go TV, we'll go DC, and then we'll go the piece de resistance. Um,
Uh-huh.
so going TV first, Secret Invasion trailer, bro. Secret
Yeah,
Invasion
man.
trailer.
Super scrully, it's very scrully, espionage,
What are you
who's
thinking? What are you
who.
thinking? Have you been hearing the scuttlebutt? So apparently, the
I'm
beef.
scared
You know about
and
the beef?
concerned. I don't know about the beef. I do not.
All right. Would you like to know about the beef? I can tell you about the
I
beef.
would. I would. Tell me about the beef.
So the
Oddly enough, I just saw a movie for the trailer for the movie Beef.
Yes, that's with
Go figure.
Ali Wong and that the dude, the magic
From
dude.
Walking Dead. Yeah.
Oh, it's Glenn?
Glenn.
I thought it was
Glenn.
gosh, Agent Woo. Yeah. From Woo from MCU.
Oh yes, Agent Wu.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cuz I knew it was
I'll
it
be
was
there, Scott. When
yeah.
you, what do you mean?
Yeah, yeah. It's like
But when
no.
you mess up again,
It's like, do you want to? Are you saying you want to go out? Are you inviting me out? I mean, if you, I didn't want to go if you didn't. um. So, the beef is that since the big promise in the '90s of getting the scrolls a home, they have not gotten the scrolls a home.
oh no, I thought you meant like internal, like there was beef surrounding the
Oh
whole
no,
thing.
no,
I
that's
yes,
the
I'm
beef
aware of
here.
beef. Um, yes, Nick Fury has made some empty promises that he has yet to deliver on since the '90s. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? '80s, '90s, and they just getting tight now.
yeah, they're over it. They've been here for way
Mm-hmm.
too damn long. And so there's a
Now they got to
leader.
start acting up.
Yeah, there's a leader called Gravik. He's the leader of a rogue faction of Skrulls. And he's gonna lead a revolt. It's gonna be scroll on scroll crime basically, because
Mm-hmm.
Talos is still um he's still an ally to Nick Fury, but there's
Mm-hmm.
a unrest happening here. We see a scroll seemingly have superpowers.
Just super
Are we
strong.
getting a super scroll, bro? Are we?
Let's,
Are you down for that? You ready for that?
I'm down, super down for that, bro.
Super scrolls. Let's see. Let's see. Damage control is going to be in it. But Nick Fury, yeah, he's saying he's here to save the world one last time. The Avengers are still gone. I believe all this happens during the blip, if I'm not mistaken. But I could be wrong. Yeah, or the event there is no active Avengers,
Mm-hmm.
because everyone's dead for the most part. This is gonna drop in June. I hope it's good. To
How
be
many
honest,
episodes did they say it was going to be? I
yeah.
wanted to say like 6 or 9,
You
and
think it's
9
6 or
seems
9?
like a lot.
I'm looking it
I
up
hope,
now.
I hope the episodes are at least an hour long because you got to tell that story with
I hope that the
spying
people
and
in it are
espionage and
I hope the people
whatnot.
I hope the people in it are enough, because if it's if it's just everyone that we see, it feels just like a regular, like it could have just been a a drama, like
Right.
like um why won't it tell me the episodes? It won't tell me how many episodes. But yeah, um I think I think this has a chance to be good. Is this the next series?
Yes.
Huh. I feel like they skipped over Loki a bit. That's interesting. But yeah, Sam Jackson returning. 6 episodes, bro.
Ooh, that means they got to be at least an hour and some change.
Yeah. And Emilia Clarke is playing Talos's daughter.
Ooh, I did see that.
And I believe we saw Talos's daughter in Captain Marvel, actually.
Oh yeah, with him, right?
With him and his wife, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, there's no way this show could be as crazy and as awesome as it was in comics, but I'm hoping for something good. Let's get something good.
Do you imagine the psyche mics between the scrolls and just the audience?
They got it. Someone big has to be revealed, or I don't know what's going on. To be honest,
Something big. I expect several big things, and I also do expect a couple psyche mic transformations.
I
Oh,
guess
it's Captain Marvel. Psych.
I guess my beef, my like kind of beef is like, I don't want this to be one of those shows that comes and goes and no one knew and it didn't
Right.
matter. Like this
Yeah, that's
invasion, this
another thing too.
alien invasion is pretty freaking big, man.
I want it to matter. It was a big thing in the comics, and I feel like it should matter out here instead of just like keeping us at
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
here. I don't want it to be like, hey, you know what I mean,
Yeah,
so that'll be a thing. I hope that doesn't happen.
my headphones just started playing some madness. I don't even know why, but the next thing that we'll be talking about is a DC trailer, Blue Beetle.
That
Now
was That was cute.
I will preface this by saying I am of the belief that DC does not know how to make bad trailers. So I'm going to say that first and foremost. DC just has fire trailers. They're just very good at it.
Mhm.
Never, I can't think of one that I saw. I was like, eh.
Oh,
Maybe the
that's
last
nice.
Shazam
That's
one.
nice of you to say. Yeah, we can say nice things about them. You know what I'm saying?
I guess. Past that, this is what DC needed. This is the only thing. One of the things that I will never get over is the like origin story stuff can get a bit weak, but when they're like trying out their powers, when they're figuring stuff out, when they kind of realize who they are and who they're gonna be in this world, that stuff never gets old to me. Shazam wore thin because he was a grown ass man. For no matter
Yeah.
what, if he was flying, whatever, he's still a grown ass man. At least we have Jaime Reyes in this, and talk about representation again, a Latino. Um, Jaime Reyes getting the power of the Scarab, becoming Blue Beetle. What I love about the trailer is there's a bunch of Easter eggs to DC stuff in the background. There's Cord industry stuff,
Hmm.
Ted Cord being the first Blue Beetle. Well, not the first Blue Beetle, but the Silver Age Blue Beetle. Um, Suit looks amazing. Special effects
Oh
look
man,
amazing.
that damn thing is badass, bro.
What did you think about? What did you dig about the trailer?
Um, so my thing is, I know of, I know of Blue Beetle, but Jaime is the only one I know of. I don't know about the rest of the crew, bro. You know what I mean? So going into this is like it's like what I say on the podcast all the time. I'm approaching this marquee mark. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah,
like the
well, that's
trailer
good.
is a the trailer slaps, bro.
I love when he got into space. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And then when he lands like right in front of the water, I thought that was dope too.
And we're
And then
seemingly not.
when he takes the blade and then makes it into one big one and he poses
Yeah.
with it, that was
Hey, I used
tough.
to whoop
That
your
was
ass in
tough.
Injustice too,
Yeah.
with Blue Beetle, bro. So I know about them blades, bro. Chopper style. We see him basically get the Scarab in front of his parents. So there's no like, I gotta sneak in through the back window to be Blue Beetle stuff. That's kind of cool. And the Scarab is actively talking to him. I'm getting a bit Tom Holland Spider Man Edith.
Nah. We
I'm
passed
getting
that. We passed
I'm
that
getting a
now,
bit.
though. We
I'm
passed
getting a
that
bit
now.
of it.
But from what I understand, the Scarab is like that, though. No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Um.
I think it's gonna work. Yeah, I think no. The Spider-Man stuff worked, so I'm saying I think this is gonna work. DC
Mhm.
just always comes with this stuff like way later, so it's just like sometimes you just think like, bro, yeah, maybe you probably came up with it first, but you took you fucking 10 years to do it. So now everyone thinks
Yeah.
this guy came up with it
But
first.
it's okay. We here now.
Susan Sarandon's in it, and I heard that she's playing a villain.
George
Uh,
Lopez is in it.
George Lopez in with a big old beard. You see that?
Yeah.
He thinks Batman's a fascist. Which Batman? Batfleck? Talking Pattinson?
Interesting.
We don't know. We don't know. And we got a Blue Beetle
We
vehicle
gotta find. We gotta wait. This comes out. This comes out before or after Barry?
after Barry.
After Barry.
Yeah. This is the
Yeah.
first film in the new whatever
So I
you
guess
want to
we'll
call
see
it.
which. I guess we'll see which Batman he's talking about
Yeah,
eventually.
it's Michael Keaton. Get ready. Get ready for that. I so yeah, I'm Blue Beetle. Yay.
Yay! That
Yay.
gets a yay.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Maybe I'm gonna get duped again. Flash, I'm not too thing on, but I'm gonna have to see it for this. This is where we're at, people.
Hmm.
This is what we do. So I will be catching the Flash for that. I also want to catch Mario this weekend. Fingers crossed.
Yahoo!
Yahoo! Last but not least, the piece de resistance, what everyone's been waiting for. They dropped.
The meat and potatoes.
They dropped what feels like the official. I know it's the second, but they dropped what feels like the official Across the Spider Verse trailer. Have you noticed that they removed the part one?
Yes, I have. I feel like they're trying to get people to forget a little bit.
I think this film. I don't. Okay, let me put this the way I can. I
And
don't think
if it's gonna be a whole story for the whole movie, then that means that I feel like the movie just got just a little bit longer. You know what I'm saying?
I do not think Miguel is the big bad.
I don't think Miguel is the big bad. I think he's actually trying to prevent something from happening.
Morlan.
But yes, bro. I was about to start talking spider totems and all of that. I was about to
You
start
about to
talking
get
spider totems and
Morlan?
all that. I got source material in the room. You better stop.
Yo, third act. He's just running through them. And then Miguel's like, "This is what I was trying to stop, Miles. This is
Craziness, bro.
what I was trying to."
And he
Yeah,
comes and he murks half the roster, and that's how the movie ends.
you know
That'll
who got
be
to die?
crazy,
Spider Ham got to die, bro. I'm sorry.
man.
They gotta,
Man.
they gotta put
And
my.
that's the thing, bro. I'm not ready for these homies to bite the dust.
I
You
was
know?
upset in Spider Verse the book when they were dying. I was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, and I was about to say I seen them die already.
Yeah, man. So you believe that Miguel has found out about the
Something is afoot, bro.
inheritors?
I
No, I
feel
mean
so,
you could be
man.
right or wrong, but in
Yeah,
this
but
scenario,
that's where I
yeah.
think it's eventually gonna go.
Okay, interesting.
And which kind of not really sucks, but I think I would like for the story to be told in live action, but I think it works better in animation.
It's just so crazy how unlimited
It's
you can do in
especially
animation, bro.
especially with the team they have for Spider-Verse, bro.
Yeah, yeah. I like the
Because
spot.
you seen
I
oh
like
man,
seeing the
I
spot.
like the spot too. Exactly the way I remember him
Yeah,
from my 90s Fox cartoon, you know.
they do the pointing meme
On a bigger, grander scale with all of them.
with all of them. So that's pretty damn cool.
Yeah, that was fire. I like that a lot.
3 words for you though: May Day Parker.
Mayday Parker. Dude, first of all, I'm just gonna say that Funko is gonna be a must for me.
What
That's
are they
gonna be
doing?
a
What are they doing
must.
to you? Why would they put out a Spider-Man movie that's
Bro,
absolutely amazing, and then the second one give him a daughter, and like,
I'm gonna be yo,
what are they doing to you?
and to top it off, and I told you about this before. I was already thinking about having to go see this movie for the first time, the sequel, but also having to go see it with my daughter and making it
Yeah,
this first trip to the movies for her. So that is the booking for this is bananas right now, bro.
yeah,
Okay. So
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
stressed, but in
You
a good
got
way when it
you
comes to
got
this.
Rey Mysterio tagging with Bad Bunny on one side. You got Spider-Man having
Stop it. Stop it, universe.
Spider Dad
I haven't
on
been
the
that
other
good, have
side.
I? Come on.
I'm telling
Jeez.
you, bro. But yeah, man, it looks to be a who's who of Spider-Man characters in this. Spider-Man PS4, Spider-Horse, Spider-Wolf, Superior Spider-Man, Bombastic Bagman, Spider-Man Unlimited, Spider-Woman, Spider-Man India, and of course Spider-Man 2099. My man Hobby Brown, boop, boop, Spider-Punk. Can't wait to see his ass.
That's my guy. Yeah,
Um,
man.
Ben Riley's in it. I wonder if they
I saw
explain
that.
who he is, because that's gonna take some explaining to do.
They
That
mentioned Doctor Strange
I pop for that.
and that geek.
That nerd, Doctor
That
Strange,
nerd. There you
and
go.
that nerd from that universe. So that has a lot of people thinking that we might end up um, getting our distinctions back once the multiverse breaks and reforms with Secret
Hmm.
Wars, whatever the hell. Possibly we'll get all this together. Is Sony crazy enough to allow some of this to spill over to the MCU?
Yes, the fuck they are.
Wouldn't it be crazy if I like in one of the Avengers movies, Tom Holland gets the Miguel O'Hara message?
Jesus Christ. It's like a voice. It's like a voicemail in his phone and
He's
shit.
like,
He
"What the
listens for
hell?
5 seconds. Like, I don't even
I'm
know this
warning all
person. Deletes
spiders."
and deletes it. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
That'll
he
be wild.
deletes it. He
I'll
deletes
pop for
it.
that.
He deletes it. And Spider-Man 4 it starts with him getting got and then we get Miles. That'd be funny as hell. Toby and Andrew's voices are in it in the beginning of the international trailer, which has people going, "Woo."
Oh, that's cute.
One of the greatest
Nah.
Spider-Man of all time is in there, Spider-Man PS4, and the reason why I call him that is because I was that Spider-Man, and so
You know what I'm
I believe
saying?
he's one of the best because I lived that life, bro. I was there in those streets, hitting people with manhole covers, right? Doing what's important. I There's a part of me that's absolutely terrified for this movie because few people other than you know how much I love Spider Verse, and I
Mm-hmm.
love Spider Verse
Mm-hmm.
so much that a sequel scares me. The Wonder Woman sequel didn't hit like I wanted it to hit.
Nah, man. You
I
know what it
liked
is?
it, but the Black Panther sequel didn't hit like I
There's
wanted it to
yo,
hit.
there's
They got
extra
to.
oomph in that trailer, man.
They got to, man. They got to. And the idea
Like you
that they.
go back and watch the first trailer, right? And
Mhm.
then watch the first trailer for the first Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse, and then watch the second. Bro,
It's all grown
I've
up.
never had a I've never had a movie watching the first movie and then watching the trailer for its sequel, feeling the same way the first movie made me feel, and then by the end of the second trailer, feeling the same way, but a little bit more heavier and a little bit more I think what was it you said just a couple seconds ago? Mature?
Yeah, all grown up.
God, man. Yo. And then the last 30 seconds, the last like 50 seconds of my favorite
What do you
of
think that's
that trailer,
about? What do you
bro.
think what do you think are we led
It
to believe
it
that Miles
it's
is going to lose somebody and the
I
choice
don't
is
know, but he tells Miguel, he asks Miguel if he knew. So it's like, you knew what? What you
yeah.
know, bro? You know what I'm
And
saying?
Miguel
So
tells him something about like you can't save everyone and this one person. You have to
mhm.
choose. And he says I can do both and tries to go back to his universe, which makes me believe that somebody in his universe is being targeted. Maybe Morlun goes over there looking for people, and Miguel. Imagine that. Imagine
Nah,
if Morlun
he's
came to
too
his
I
house.
think he's too big to be let out the bag halfway into the movie.
So is it going to be like a Quantumania thing where he's just saying where Miguel is just doing a bunch of like he stops
I hope
them it
I don't know. I think that that is all going to be in his behavior.
okay
Like he won't outright say it, but his actions will. Like I feel like Miguel is going to have to do some shady shit that are going to get
yeah
the spiders to be like, "Yo, what are you doing, bro?" Like, because Miles is going to be is not with it off rip.
um so what's interesting also is you like while the plot is not 100% like we can see it all.
Uh huh.
I will say that I feel like they're already starting in a good place with the family.
Yeah, 100.
Like
percent
he's gonna start feeling that tug where he's
Mm-hmm.
lying and he has to dip out
Bullshit and trying
and
to
all that
hide,
kind
and
of
his parents
stuff.
are just like, "What the?" You know what
And
I'm
a B
saying?
in
Because they don't
Spanish,
know he's
Miles?
Spider Man.
No, he didn't. And he got a B in Spanish, bro. Disappointing
Mm-hmm.
everybody. Disappointing his whole family. Disappointment to your cow.
Crazy.
Disappointment to your whole
I killed it in Spanish, and I didn't even take Spanish.
out of control. So yeah, I am super excited for all this stuff that's coming up. We wanted to give you guys a just a quick episode, giving you guys our feels for all this kind of stuff. We live for this, and you know, to be honest, back in the day when we were both in the same city, we would wait to watch these trailers together and have these conversations without mics. I wanted to do this as a part of major issues to get all the fans in on these kind of conversations because what's fandom about if we can't sit here and geek out like this? So, um, yeah, man, thank you guys all for joining us. Thank you, Jarvis,
Yeah.
for joining us.
For thwipping the
Shooting the
ish, you
thwip,
know?
just shooting the
Shooting the
thwip.
thwip.
Oh, we could thwip the ish. We could do it
Thwip
all.
the ish.
Thwip the ish and shoot the thwip. Thanks for shooting the thwip with us, guys. We try to shoot the thwip often, but the Major Issues podcast drops every single Wednesday. Knock on Vibranium. We try not to miss a week, but every single episode is available at comicbookclick.com. That's where you can get exclusive merchandise designed by us. If you hit that shop CBC link, it's where you can support us on Patreon. If you hit that support comic book click, Um, all of our episodes of our podcast are there. That's over 270 episodes. That's over 540 hours of content, man. Easily. Talking about the latest and greatest things. We started the podcast in 2017, so believe every single theatrical released comic book movie since 2017 we have spoken about on this podcast. That's 6 years of that
Every
kind of stuff,
Wednesday.
man. Every Wednesday. So thank you guys for joining us for this episode. But go back and look at that back catalog, find some of your episodes, find stuff you agree with us with, find stuff you disagree with us with, and then reach out to us on social media.
So we can
Facebook.com slash
fight. I
comic
mean,
book click.
argue.
Yeah. On Facebook.com slash comic book click, Instagram at comic book click, or you can use the hashtag comic book click to talk about the newest, hottest, latest, and greatest things to come to comic books and comic book media. We're at Major Issue CBC on Twitter, at Major Issue CBC on Twitch. I am currently obsessed with WWE 2K, so you can watch me be Grayson Waller, the top G. Grayson Waller. That's what I'm calling him now. Grayson starts with a G, bro. The top G, Grayson Waller. So go ahead and check me out doing that. Like I said, the Major Issues Podcast is available wherever podcasts are found. Podbean, Stitcher, the Apple Podcast app, TuneFind, YouTube, Spotify, and more. Google Major Issues Podcast were the first ones to pop up. Always talking about the latest and greatest things to come to comic books and comic book media, but we can't tell you how we do it. I've been to the future, bro. I've been to the future, and we are popping. We are on top of the world. I have several Kardashians on my missed calls in my contacts. It's absolutely ridiculous because we've become the latest and greatest thing to come to comic book media in the future. I can't tell you how we do it because I'll mess up the timeline, and next thing you know, The Rock is playing Lilo, and no one wants any of that to happen. So make sure that you get on the bandwagon before the bandwagon gets full. You follow us wherever we are across social media, and you listen to the Major Issues Podcast each and every week because we love doing it for you guys, but you guys are truly what makes this work. If you want to do us a favor and you don't have any money, if you can't buy any merchandise and you can't support us on Patreon, do us a favor and rate and review this podcast on iTunes. It helps us grow this podcast. It helps us find out what you like and what you don't like about this podcast, so it can become the very best that it deserves to for each and every one of you. But thank you guys so much. And yeah, it's been an absolute blast. But my name is George Serrano, aka the Don.
I am your cloudest, a THWIP Maximus.
And this has been us just shooting the THWIP.
Whipping the ish.
Whipping the ish.
We did it again.
And remember, whether you're a multiversal spider totem, the boy who lived, or a scroll on along, whether you get your powers from a scarab, talk with your fists, or if people just call you Experiment 626. Remember that we are the Clique, and always remember that you, yes, you are worthy.